Well, hello there. Welcome to my 10th episode of my channel, and why not celebrate for the 10th episode then do a top 10 list. So today I'm going to present to you my top 10 favourite Star Wars films, 10 being my least favourite and 1 being my favourite. In the background I'm going to be playing some Star Wars Battlefront 2 to match the theme of the video, of the commentary. And we're just playing against some bots, you know, really chilled out, playing as some Darth Maul on the boo. So yeah, let's get right into the list. So, at number 10, we have Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I hate the film so much. I really hate Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. There's so much wrong about this film that I refuse to watch it again. Because it's just terrible. I hate the characters in the film. I especially hate the plot of the film. I hate the message that the film gives in some segments. It just sucks. It just really sucks bad. It is my least favourite Star Wars film ever made to date. I went to the cinema with not even any high hopes for it. I really did. I didn't want to, you know, go in there like, okay, this is gonna be the Star Wars film that's just gonna revamp the franchise. I knew the film was gonna be bad because the trailer was bad. So there's nothing to get hype about. But yeah, Star Wars Episode 8, I hate it. It's my least favourite Star Wars film. And that's all I want to say to it. I don't want to even care anymore about it. But yeah. At number 9, we have Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Pretty much has the exact same reasons why I hate Episode 8. It's mainly the characters. I just hate them so much. The only character that I like from the new trilogy is Kylo Ren. But even he's on and off for some people. Like, some people like him, some people don't. I think the majority don't like him, but I really like him. It's definitely my favourite part about the new trilogy. But then again, the new trilogy sucks. So, well, they're not the new trilogy. The new 2 films suck from the new trilogy, I suppose. But yeah, he just sucks. The film just sucks. So, but yeah, I hate the plot for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I hate it. It's just a copy of A New Hope, and like, people were just so dumb to not see that. And once I saw the film, you know, they had all the hype, you know, it got in a lot of money, and I can understand why. But people were praising this film, saying it's like the best Star Wars film made and all this. But once I saw it, I was like, yeah, that was good, but there was something not quite right about it. And then a couple of months later, after watching reviews on YouTube and stuff, I finally came to realise that the film is just a complete copycat of Episode 4, and it's just trash. The film's trash. And so yeah, The Force Awakens at number 9. At number 8, we have Solo, A Star Wars Story, the recent Star Wars film. This is where the list starts to get into the good films. I actually like Han Solo, or Solo Star Wars Story, but it's not my favourite Star Wars. That's because there's a couple of things wrong with it. I don't really like the plot very much. I thought it was quite boring. Not much happens, to be honest. I like Lando Calrissian, is pretty much the only part I like. Han Solo is okay. He'll never beat Harrison Ford, though. It's just that sort of stuff. Millennium Falcon is cool, I suppose. I like the colour scheme. But yeah, it's pretty much just Lando Calrissian is holding up the film. That is pretty much the only part I like about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I want to say. But it's not a bad film. It's a very average film. It's not the best in the series, but it's not better than the next film I'm going to be talking about. And the next film I'm going to be talking now, at number 7, is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Once again, I like this film a lot. I really, really do. But that was because it was the film that I grew up on, essentially. I didn't grow up on the original trilogy, at least I don't think I did. I grew up on the new trilogy, and so it sort of holds a special place in my heart because I really like the film, and there's certain parts about the film that I like more than other films. For example, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon Jinn, and especially Darth Maul are just so awesome. That whole end segment with the lightsaber battle is just fantastic. I think everyone can agree with that. But there's a lot of things wrong with it. For example, I don't like Anakin very much. But that's pretty much it. Anakin and Padme, and Jar Jar Binks is alright in my books. I can see why people find him annoying. But he's alright, I suppose. But yeah, The Phantom Menace is number 7. I like the film a lot, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people think it's the worst, but yeah, I like it. Coming in at number 6, we have Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. This pretty much is the exact same reason why I like The Phantom Menace. These films, I didn't know which one to put in front of the other. The only reason why the Attack of the Clones is a little bit ahead is because I like the whole clones part, and I like Anakin, and I like Count Dooku, you know? This, and Obi-Wan, of course, and Jango Fett. You know, there's still awesome parts about Attack of the Clones that you can go, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Like Jango Fett, for example. He's such an awesome character, you know? But Attack of the Clones got a lot of hate, and I can sort of understand why. It's mainly because of Anakin being this whiny kid, and of course of the CGI is just over the top. But, you know, it's whatever. I like the film. So Attack of the Clones is at number 6. Number 5, we have Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. What an awesome film. What an absolutely awesome film. I like this film a lot. I think everyone likes this film quite a bit. Granted, it is the weakest out of the original trilogy. A lot of people like it more than others, you know, or lots of mixed reviews and stuff. But I like Return of the Jedi. I don't have any, like, favourite parts about it, really, other than the last lightsaber battle between Darth Vader and Luke. Just the music and the emotion of Luke, just all that sort of stuff really puts that segment up together, and it's just what makes it so awesome. I really like that part of the film. It's probably the best part. All the Endor stuff is cool as well, but yeah, Return of the Jedi, awesome film. At number 4, we have Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. This was going to be higher on the list. But I like the other films that are coming up more. A New Hope was a sort of forgotten about film for me. Like, I've watched it so many times. I think it's my most viewed Star Wars film out of all of them. But I hadn't watched it for quite a while, and then I watched it again, and like quite recently, and I was like, man, this film is just so good. It really is, because it's the film that started off Star Wars. You know, it's the granddaddy of the Star Wars films. It is just fantastic. And so, A New Hope, I think it holds a special place in everyone's heart as the first Star Wars film. It's just great. I love everything about it. It's just a very good adventure film. It's the best adventure film out of all of them. You know, it's just this great journey. I could definitely say that. But, you know, it lacks in the lightsaber battles, even though there was a pretty cool one between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. But it lacks in those battles. But that doesn't mean the film's bad at all. It's still really good. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about it. A New Hope is just amazing. Now, we're getting into the top 3. Ooh, what's going to be at third? Well, at number 3, we have Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. I know. How is this not number 1, you ask? Well, it was a very hard choice between the top 3 films. It really was. I didn't know what to put where. It was a hard choice, but The Empire Strikes Back is just a fantastic film. A lot of people say it's the best Star Wars film. I can agree with that in some points, but it's just not my favourite. It was my favourite for a very, very long time. Pretty much before any new film came out, like the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. Before any new film came out before that, that was definitely my favourite film. But things have changed. I've watched films more than others, and I started liking more and more for other films. But yeah, The Empire Strikes Back is the best. It has my favourite character in Star Wars ever, which is Boba Fett. He's my favourite Star Wars character ever. And they introduced him, so that's why the film is so freaking cool. It's because of him. But no, there's also some lightsaber battles, that sort of thing. And of course, you've got the whole plot twist sort of at the end that I won't tell, in case you want to watch the film. But yeah, The Empire Strikes Back, number 3. And number 2, we have Rogue One, a Star Wars story. You may be surprised, you may be thinking, oh, I was expecting that to be lower down the list. How comes it's so high? Well, I generally watched this film last night. The reason why I like Rogue One so much is because the final part. The final battle is pretty much the best segment in any Star Wars film. In my opinion, it is the best part in any Star Wars film. I love that part so much. It's mainly because of just the nostalgia factor is just over 10. It's just too good. You've got this whole, these people fighting to get the Death Star plans, and it all ties into the original film. You've got all of these characters, from the original trilogy, and it's just the nostalgia is just fantastic. But I love the music, the battle, the CGI, the whole end segment of Rogue One is fantastic. All of the stuff leading up to that ain't bad as well. Well, it's pretty good, that is. But it's just that end part of the film. It's just, I love it so much. I really do. So that's why it's my number 2 spot. It could have been number 1 after watching the film last night. Again, I was like, damn, this film's good. But number one is the film. At number one, you may be surprised, we have Star Wars. If you haven't guessed already, we have Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. This is my favourite Star Wars film ever created, and it will always be my favourite Star Wars film ever made, because I love it so much. It's a film that a lot of people don't like, and I can understand in some way, but I have never not liked this film. There's a couple of areas of this film that I don't like a couple of characters and whatnot, but man, the storyline, Anakin and Obi-Wan are 2 of the best Star Wars characters made, or just in StarArs. I mean, Obi-Wan is just fantastic, Anakin is just unbelievably good, Count Dooku is amazing, Emperor Palpatine's amazing, Yoda's amazing, there's just all these awesome characters. The storyline is fantastic, and the reason why it's so fantastic is because it's the darkest Star Wars film ever made, which is what I like. It's got this really serious story about it, and that's why I like it so much. But one of the best segments, one of the best parts about the film is the end lightsaber battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin. The amount of emotion and the amount of just power behind that scene is just fantastic. You've got this young Padawan. Who's turned to the dark side. Who's been fighting for the light side all of these years, and he's fighting his master. The person who's been behind him, been behind his back this whole time, and suddenly he's fighting him to the death, and it's just fantastic. And so it is definitely my favourite Star Wars film ever made. It will always be my favourite Star Wars film. I love everything about the film. The beginning of the film is fantastic, all the way to the ending part. That beginning part with the battle in space, it's just so good. It's the best opening to any Star Wars film, and it has one of the best endings to any Star Wars film. So Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is my favourite Star Wars film. Put in the comments what your favourite Star Wars film is. I'd love to know what it is. And subscribe, press the notification button, and like the video. And why not share it? Share it on your local social networking platform, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video.